in today's theme, change. Change is a very deceptive concept. It's primarily used to express the presence of a difference from what was to what is or what can be. Change says it's not the same anymore. What's deceptive about change is that all change is not change for the better. All difference is not good difference.
Yeah.
But now it is safe to say that the civil rights movement, however, was change that can be called change for the better. This struggle for fair treatment that was fought in every corner of American society, even in the military. In fact, it was the military that acted as one of the main proponents of change being made in America, even before organizations or education, much sooner than any of the private organizations that ultimately embraced change. But it took people standing up for what they believe in to clear the way. I know you've heard of the Tuskegee Airmen, the Buffalo Soldiers, whose deeds were immortalized. And it's amazing to think that these men were able to fight with the integrity and the valor with which they fought and still fight racism in the military and at home, but yet do their duties to the best of their ability. There are other units that need to be recognized, like the Hellfighters of Harlem. This unit made up of New York National Guardsmen, which consolidated with the 369th Infantry Regiment that fought with the French in the muddy trenches of World War I. The Hellfighters earned a reputation as a fierce foe. They were known to be relentless, and they never lost in a trench. They never gave up a foot of captured ground, and they never lost a soldier taken prisoner. Another unit worthy of note was the Triple Nickel, the 555, the Parachute Infantry Company that was the first black airborne unit. All of these men were willing to fight for a country that had not yet accepted them fully.
Yeah.
But they fought for what they knew ultimately would belong to them, and they didn't stop their fight because it didn't exist yet. They fought on even though they knew that discrimination and the behaviors with which the nation treated them were not appropriate, yet they continued to fight on nevertheless. And on July the 26th of 1948, President Harry Truman issued an executive order number 9981. It officially ended segregation in the armed forces. However, it took a while for the words on paper to have real power over the way the Army was organized. And it took many brave soldiers standing up for what they believed was right to make this change possible. Many of you may not remember the civil rights movement, and many of you do. Some of you may have even participated in it, and many of you were too young to have been there. But the reality is that the battles that they fought still rage, and more battles for you who didn't experience still rage. Battles of personal encounters that you fight, similar to the battles that they fought. Battles to overcome addictions, to overcome dysfunctional childhoods, educational deficits, disabilities. But change can come. Change for the better. Change has come. Change for the better. And here we are today. I believe that the struggles of minorities and their successes are tools for all the folks of the world to believe that change is possible. We often look at the black struggle and isolate it to black people. But the reward of the black struggle is for all of mankind. I believe that God chose to use slaves brought from Africa in a nation where they were not wanted to show that when they would bow before him and seek his face, anything was possible.
Yeah.
Just like with the Jewish nation taken into the custody of Egypt, bowing before the true God, they were released. And likewise here in America, we need to recognize these were Christian folks.